Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome into my live stream. For those of you who are just joining, I am Dr. Kawana D. Irving, a government contract expert who actually helps small business entrepreneurs learn the steps to actually creating generational wealth in their business. And so, if you are here today and you're here because you want to know how to actually make your dream a reality, you're definitely in the right place. So today we're going to be talking about how dreamers don't succeed and what you need to do to actually make your dreams a reality so that you're not only just dreaming, but you're actually accomplishing your dreams. So welcome in. As you're coming in the door, be sure to drop your link, or not drop your link, but drop the service, like where you're from, what business do you have, and if you want to chime in and let me know, what is your dream? What is your entrepreneurial dream? Today, I'm going to help you put in place 3 things that you can do to actually make your dreams a reality. So, let me know who's joining me live, and again, where are you from? What business do you have? And then what is your entrepreneurial dream? I definitely want to know that. So, I am Dr. Kawana D. Irving, and over the past few years, I've helped quite a few small business entrepreneurs actually achieve their dreams in government contracts, actually start landing lucrative contracts to change their life. And ideally, most of the people started that business because they wanted to create wealth, but they had no idea that they can do it in this lifetime. And when they understood the concept of government contracting, they just needed to know the steps. That's it. And so once they knew the steps and they were actually they actually took action on the steps that they learned, then they were able to get the results. So today, hi from Atlanta. You saw me at Tampa at Myron's event. Hello, Hurricane Dave. Hello, Nico. Point blank period. Nico. Tiffany, hello, mental health therapist from California. You own a business where you can contract services with the government. Awesome. There are so many, like, it's crazy that I was just talking to someone in the mental health space about all the different opportunities that are out there to do business with the government in your space. In fact, right now they're looking for someone in the health space to actually create a like an anti-vaping campaign for youth, and just talk about how it's their vaping is actually tied to like the whole mental health, or maybe it's stress or whatever. But anyway, that opportunity is out there. I think it's in Wisconsin, so you may want to look up the state of Wisconsin for that opportunity, because it's it's an opportunity right now, a lucrative contract that you can land right now. If that's something that you're really interested in. So, but anyways, today I'm going to be talking about how dreamers don't succeed, because I believe there are 2 types of people in the world that exist. There's dreamers, people who walk around dreaming, right? Who's always talking about it, but they don't do anything about it. And then, of course, on the other end, the second type of person that exists are doers, people who are actually living out their dreams. They're not hopeful, they're not wishful, they're actually doing the work to live their dreams. And so today I want to share with you like 3 things. It's the secret that I discovered to living out your dreams in real time. So if you like to know what those 3 things are, give me some fireballs in the chat, type some ones in the chat. Let me know that you want to know exactly what you need to do to live out your dreams in real time. So, and when you do these things, look, you will be able to accomplish anything that you aspire to achieve. Now, this is not what I think. This is not what I'm guessing. This is something that I've done, and I've helped many other people do it. And I know that it can work for you when you actually do these 3 things. All right. So I'm going to give you guys the tea. I see you, Nicole, with the fireballs. I want to learn how to get a mental health contract with the government. Yes. Box trucking. Hello. 1011 box trucking. What's up? Hurricane Dave. Thank you for the fireballs. Awesome. All right. So I'm just going to give it to y'all. Y'all ready for this? Okay. So I'm going to share with you all, like, for those of you who don't know my story, like, I don't know, it's probably been a little over a decade or a little bit more, almost 2 decades ago. I was a dreamer. There was a lot of things that I wanted to accomplish. There was a lot of people that I wanted to serve. There was a lot of impact that I wanted to have, but I had no idea that it will come sooner for me rather than later. So for years, I walked around dreaming that I would be able to accomplish these things. But it wasn't until I did the 3 things that I'm getting ready to share with you all that not only have I expanded my impact nationally and getting ready to expand it even globally, internationally as well. But I've been able to accomplish like 98% of all the things that I've always wanted to accomplish, right? And that's not only just like monetary. Those are like lifestyles and family wise and relationship wise and business success wise and like in all the areas. So the things that I'm getting ready to share with you cannot just only apply to your business, but you can actually apply that in every area of your life that you want to achieve some things, right? So anyways, the first thing, so there's 3 things definitely that you want to do in order to actually live out your dream in real time, whether that's a dream to grow and scale a business or to get government contracts such as Tiffany, right? Or to have a better relationship or be more spiritually or bound or to, be in better health, have better health or whatever. But it works on every level, right? So number 1, the first thing is having a clear vision, right? So you definitely, and I know you guys probably heard, you have to be a visionary, right? So there's a scripture that talks about how, talks about like it's a commandment that says write the vision and make it plain, right? That's scripture. And so for many of you who have been following me for years, you already know that I use biblical principles and apply that in every area of my life because principle just works in every area of your life, not just in the church and not just in your spirituality, but it also can work for you in your business. And so when it talks about all of the things that you want to achieve, even in your business, you got to first have a clear vision. You must write the vision and make it plain, right? So how I define vision is having a clear picture in your head of what it will look like to have achieved a certain result. So clear vision means having a clear picture. Like you should be able to imagine what it looks like, right? In your head of what it would look like to have achieved a specific result. Okay. So if you're not a visionary, if you're not able to close your eyes and imagine what it can look like you have the power to be able to do that, by the way, if you didn't know, but and then also having that clear vision includes and incorporates the 5 senses, right? What are the 5 senses? Like, not only do you want to picture what it will look like or what you will look like in time when you accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish, whatever your dream is about, right? But you want to know what it looks like. What will it taste like if it's something, what would it taste like if it's something that involves like food or something like that? What does it smell like, right? So are you in a new environment? Do you smell trees and pine? Like, you want to envision all those things. Like, what are you hearing? Like, is it quiet? Is it serene? Are you hearing the rivers flowing by or whatever? So you have to like incorporate all of those senses. And then also, like, what are you feeling at the moment? When you see yourself in the future having already accomplished the thing that you want to accomplish, like I think it was Tiffany that said you want to and Natasha said I want to land government contracts. Amen. The book of Habakkuk. Yes. Hit the like button. Okay. So many of you guys, like Lawana, I want to have foster children contracts, right? Many of you, right? So when you get that, like, you have to put yourself in that future, right? As if you've already accomplished. What does that look like for you? When you land that first mental health contract with the government, Tiffany, who are you serving? Who are you helping? Like, what does that look like? So first of all, you have to have a clear vision of what that can look like and draw it out. Like, if you guys don't know, like, I think I exercised this it's probably been about 15, 17 years ago. I actually used a vision board, right? Vision boards are so powerful. If you've never used a vision board before, these are so powerful as a tool to help you actually clarify your vision of where you want to be. And having that imagery, like, you can clip out, if you're not a drawer, you're not good at sketching, like, you can actually clip out pictures from magazines and things of that nature. So the first vision board that I had probably about 17 years ago. On there, I had, because I was going through some financial things at the time. I was also going through separation and divorce and like all these things, right? So even before going through those things, I had started creating my vision board, and on my vision board was I got sick and tired of like um, because of financial struggles and just bad financial decisions and just the relationship that I was in. I got sick and tired of like things being repossessed, like our cars. Every time I would turn around, a car is being repossessed or things are being taken back after they've been given because of broken promises and all those different things. A lot was on myself and my spouse at the time, because we weren't like good stewards, right? To be brutally honest and completely transparent, y'all know I keep it real, so for me, it was important for me to not be in that situation again. So on my vision board, I remember very clearly I had put that I never want to pay a car note again. I just want to be able to cash out, right? So I put the car that I wanted, how many seats I wanted in it, and I clipped out a picture of a nice little mini SUV vehicle, and I think it was a Mercedes, but I didn't know because I just didn't care about types of cars, but I just happened to cut it out because it was a cute car. I didn't care about who designed it or whatever. I didn't care about that. But I had put that on my vision board, right? So, and then I said, I don't want to have any car notes, right? And then I also put like a whole 5-bedroom, three car garage home because I was living in a four-bedroom apartment and had outgrown the space. It was dark, not very many windows, and then the walls were closing in, right? So I was like, I want to have space. I want to have this 5-bedroom home, 2 stories. And I had really just start clipping out what that can look like for me. And I put it all on my wall. And I also put like healthy, happy marriage, because I didn't have that, so that was a part of my vision. And lo and behold, I can't even remember how fast it happened for me. I think it was like maybe a year, 2 years, before I knew it. I had forgot about the vision board, but it was always on my wall. A year, 2 years into it, I realized that, oh, I had already purchased cash, like my first mini SUV, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna go back to my vision board. I've already accomplished that. And then I had already put like, I wanted to have like $10,000 in savings. That was like a big thing for me. I wanted to have at least $10,000 in savings for an emergency fund. That was big for me back then, right? And then when I looked at my vision board a couple years into the future, not only did I had the car, right, of my dream, it was like it looked at exact, it was a different color than what I had on my vision board, but it looked at exactly like the car that I had clipped. And I had called it, like I had custom plates called No Note, custom plates called No Note. And then fast forward, the house that I live in now, I was like, I went back to my vision board. I was like, this is the house. It looks exactly same color, same dimensions. The only thing is like the garages are on different sides, but I'm like, oh my God, vision boards are so powerful. And then like midway in between those 2 years, I'm like, oh, not only did I save 10,000, but I've done that like 20 times. So that's like $200,000 in like cash flow, that I was able to accomplish that. But it could not have happened if I did not have what I'm getting ready to share with you all. The number 2, the second thing. Not only do you need a clear vision, and you can do that by having a vision board, right? But you also have to set clear goals. What are your goals? Here's the vision, right? I want to be prosperous, or I want to create generational wealth, or I want to do whatever it is that you dream. I want to get government contracts. What is the bigger picture? Why do you want to land contracts? Why? Do you want to serve at a higher capacity, or do you just want to make some money? Because if you just want to make some money, then your vision is not big enough. Why do you want to do that? Do you want to create wealth for your family? Now that's a vision, something to where you can fund some trusts and pass down, have some assets and pass down land and those types of things. So make your business a part of your bigger vision, right? So, so having that clear vision, but also number 2 is setting the clear goal, right? What is your goal? What is the timeline? So we've all heard about SMART goals. SMART goals just works, right? So having a SMART goal is definitely recommended. And SMART stands for something that's a goal that's strategic or specific, a goal that's very specific. What is your very specific goal? Is it measurable? How do you know when you will have achieved it? That's how you measure, right? That's how you know if it's measurable or not. For example, in the next 6 months, I want to land, my first $250,000 contract, right? That's something that you can measure by time as well as by the size of the contract. Did you reach that goal, right? So it has to be something that you can measure, something that's achievable. I want to fly to Mars on my, on a bike. That's not achievable or attainable, right? So you got to be realistic too, right? So is it achievable? Is it something that's been done before? Is it something that you believe you can achieve? And if so, definitely, it's a part of a smart goal, right? And then is it realistic, right? And then what is the timeline? So for those of you like, I want to accomplish, I want to land government contracts. Well, when? What's the size of the contract? What is it going to help you do? How does it fit in your vision? So you have to be very clear about what it is that you're asking for, right? Somebody say, let me look at y'all chats. Missed your past 5-day challenge. Let me see. Don't worry, we have another one coming up on the 27th, I believe. So we'll let you know. Vision, write the vision, make it plain. Absolutely. So anywho's, let's see, hi Jay, welcome in, just became a member. Awesome. So the definition of a goal for me, because I want to define, because sometimes we be talking about stuff and people have a whole nother definition of what you mean. So I want to clarify what I mean by having a goal. So my definition of a goal is something that you aspire to achieve, which means it's a desire, something that you want to achieve that you have not yet to accomplish. That's what a goal is, right? And that goal will help you to have either better things that are tangible or to be in a better position, something intangible, become the better version of yourself, or be just in a better position or whatever, right, than what you're currently in. So that's what a goal is. So having a clear and concise goal with the vision is going to actually help you get that achieve and reach that goal much faster. So, and then the third thing is having a clear action plan, right? Having a clear action plan. What is an action plan? The definition of an action plan is a specific set of actions required for the achievement of a specific goal. Now, this enables you to actually become 100% effective in all of your goal setting, and to actually achieve your goal, and to also live out your vision in real time, right? So having an action plan. And you probably think that a goal and an action plan is the same thing, but it's not, right? Those are two separate things. So action plan has the word of what you need to do already in the word, right? It's like an action plan means that you need to be taking action. Specific action, right? Not just doing a whole bunch of things that you think you should be doing because you're guessing, but actually doing specific things that's required for you to achieve that specific result. So say, for instance, if you want, for those of you who are like, I want to land a government contract, regardless of what you want to land that contract in and where landing the contracts fit in your overall vision for yourself and your life, what are the action steps to help you get there? Because it's achievable, right? It's very possible for you to land a government contract. So when you set out your specific measurable goal, right? What is the time frame you want to land it in? How much do you want to land? What is it going to do for yourself, your family, your life, right? What are you going to do with it? What is it going to feel like, right? These are the things you got to think about. What is it going to feel like when you do it, right? And then when you do it, what's next? right? So is that going to be an ongoing goal, or are you going to do it until you retire? Like, you have to write out the whole plan, y'all. Reason why most dreamers only just dream is because they haven't clarified their goal. They haven't really set the vision or cast a vision for their lives or what they want to attain. And they really just haven't set out, what do I need to do it? Most people, believe it or not, are anti-goal achievers. Like, they're anti success people. Like, they do things that are counterproductive to actually receiving the result. I see it every day, like counterproductive. And sometimes it's a challenge, right? So that's why the scripture also talks about how many are chosen. No, many are called. Many are called. Like many are called, but only few are chosen. Why is that? It's because not everybody's going to be willing to do the work. And learning something new is always going to seem like it's counterproductive because it's going to cause you to have some friction with who you are right now, right? Which means that sometimes it's intuitive to be told that this is what you need to do to accomplish it. And because most people think they already know everything, they're uncoachable, right? So if you already knew everything, then or already knew what to do, you'd already be doing it. So that's like really the litmus test. If you already knew what you needed to do to secure your first contract or secure contracts in your space, period, you'd already be doing it, right? Do you agree or do you not, right? Let me know. Let me really honest, let's have a real conversation. Let me know. And so if you already knew what to do, what action steps you need to take to accomplish it, what's holding you back? And from the years of like coaching and helping other people and just years of experience myself, I know most of the reasons why people don't achieve their dreams is because they have lack of knowledge. They don't know what steps to take. They don't know what things to do, but they believe that they do. Like it's crazy. You believe that you do in your own mind. You believe that you can figure it out in your own mind, but you really don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know. You don't know. So that's just like, saying, like, oh, I want to fly a jet, right? Go get in a jet and just take off with no knowledge. I hope you never do that, right? With no knowledge, because you don't know what you need, what you don't know. You don't know that there's more to it than just pushing a button or just holding the wheel. There's a whole lot. I don't know anything about flying a jet, but I know there's a whole lot about dynamics, aero technology that I need to know before I get myself behind that wheel, right? I got to know what it is, like how to take off, how to actually build up speed before I climb, climb up, right? You got to take off in a certain specific type of way. And you have to know like how to weigh out the passengers that's on the jet and the luggage and how it all works together, right? You got to know all these different things. So people are destroyed. Yep, that's the scripture, right? Hosea 4:6. Thank you, Nico. It says, my people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. It says the people perish, right? In King James Version, it says my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. So information is everything. Once you get access to specific information that can change your life, you want to take action on it. So there's a book that I highly recommend. It talks about how when you're setting a clear action plan, it talks about how to actually become 100% effective in your daily efforts to achieve a certain thing. So they say a dream without a goal and a goal without an action plan is really just a dream. So that's why dreamers just dream and doers actually get things done, right? So are you a dreamer or are you a doer? Are you ready to actually accomplish the thing that you want to set out to accomplish, right? And why, right? What is your why? So in the book, it's called Make Today Count by John Maxwell. He's one of my favorite thought leaders. He talks about the Pareto theory, right? It's a Pareto theory. It's a principle that states that for many outcomes, roughly about 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the causes, which means 80% of your efforts come from the top 20% of the things that you're taking action on. So you could actually be 100% effective just by having a clear focus on 20% of the things that you do every day. So basically, instead of trying to accomplish 100% of all the things that's on your checklist to do for the day, if you just focus on the top 20% of those things, you can actually get results, right? And so that's a really great book. I highly recommend it because it helped me to become more 100% effective in all of my efforts. It helped me to actually, when I mapped out the clear steps to government contracting, like success to actually pitch and win contracts, when I mapped out that whole blueprint for myself and for my clients, I use the Pareto theory, the principle that says, what are the actual top 20% of the things that need to be doing in order to get results? All the other stuff like is busy work. So there is no busy work in a clear blueprint, like especially in the blueprint that I have. Like you don't want to have busy work. You want to have things specifically designed to help you get results. And so So that's what we do. So when you have a clear action plan, so say for instance, if you want to, for many of you that are here, the name of the book is called Make Today Count. I'll type it in the chat. So Make Today Count. Count by John Maxwell. John Maxwell. Really great book. I'll type that in the chat. And I think I can probably show it on the screen. So Make Today Count by John Maxwell. Become 100% effective in all of your efforts. So for many of you that are here, you've been following me because you've been trying to figure out how to actually make your government contracting dream a reality. But maybe you just don't know what is the vision for that. Like maybe you don't know the purpose of why, clearly know the purpose of why you want to do that. Maybe you have not yet mapped out your SMART goal to achieve that, right? Something that's in a timeline. Have you done that? Because if you have, or if you have not, I would say do it today. Map out what is your specific, measurable, achievable, realistic result that you want to achieve in a certain time frame. When do you want to accomplish it by? Because that is the first step. That really is that well, it's the second step after you have the whole vision for how and why your business is going to succeed, like the whole vision of what you want to accomplish in business and while you're alive, right, on this earth, and how you're going to use your business as a vehicle to help you accomplish those things, right? So once you have that vision and then create the SMART goal, this is just one component of that SMART, of that vision. Like having a government contract is really just the one component. It's the driver of the financial backing that you're probably going to need to accomplish all your dreams, right? But once you have those things, now it's going to be the time for you to actually create the blueprint, right? And so for some of you, what I found, this is the honest God, what I found, this is what I highly recommend, right? Because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know the action steps to take. Or if you already knew the action steps to take, you would 100% already have taken those and gotten results, right? So because you don't know, because that lack of knowledge is actually causing you to leave hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars every single year on the table, then you have to find a blueprint, right? Whether it's you're borrowing a blueprint, the fastest way to get a result is to find a blueprint or action steps that's already been taken, people have already gotten results with it, rather than the trial and error. Because trial and error of a blueprint will probably take you 2 to 5 years. Now that in that case, right? So typically we've been told it takes 2 to 5 years to grow a business. Why does it take that, right? Is usually because people are doing the trial and error, right? They got to bump their head. They got to figure out all the mistakes they've made. They got to learn from the mistakes and then tweak and twist, and hopefully they'll do the right thing to eventually get there, right? That's the long way to really grow and to grow a business, especially if that business growth is going to be a part of your overall vision for where you want to be in life, right? And so for me, I believe that a person could be highly successful in 30, 60, 90 days if they have the right blueprint. So if they understand how the government actually already has money and they actually do the right steps to achieve that money, it's not going to take them 2 to 5 years to grow a successful business. It can take them 6 months or less, right? 30, 60, or 90 days, or at least within that 6 month or less time frame. So it's different, depending on if you're a doer or if you're a dreamer. And it also depends on if you're the type of person that want to kind of figure it out, or if you just want to incorporate somebody else's blueprint that works. So I'm not saying that I have to be the person that you get the blueprint from, right? Right? Because I know I'm not looking to work with everybody. Everybody is not workable. Everybody is not coachable, right? Very specific people I love to help, and those are really the people who are looking to not only get a blueprint but take action takers. I love working with people who take action. They don't just talk about it; they actually roll up their sleeves and get the work done. So it's easier when you actually inherit the knowledge, the expertise, and the experience of someone who's already been there, because the action steps are already laid out. So if I was to tell you the first step to actually getting a government contract is first getting yourself pre-qualified, here are the things that you need to do to get pre-qualified. For those of you who haven't taken my 5-day challenge, that's what the challenge is all about, helping people get pre-qualified for government contracts. So you can see how when you actually land the contract, how it fits into your whole vision, how the whole process fits into the whole vision. First, you got to get pre-qualified. You got to get pre-qualified, then you got to get qualified, then you got to take action, and then you get to celebrate the results of the actions that you've taken. That's how you can 100% guarantee that you're going to get results. You got to guarantee yourself that you're going to take action, right? That's how it works, right? So for mapping that out, so basically, when it comes to like dreamers and why they don't succeed, is a lot of people just dream because they haven't done these things. They don't have a clear vision. They haven't set smart goals, and they don't have a clear action plan. If you don't know what are you doing every day, right? So if you want to land a government contract and you're not registered in SAM, you're not pre-qualified, you don't know what industry you're in, you don't have your NAICS code, like how can you get the result of landing lucrative contracts if you have not done the work, right? Hey, Alicia, if you have not done the work, you got to be willing to do the work, right? Somebody say, don't recreate the wheel, right? If it's already been created, just step in, right? Plug in, duplicate. Like success is actually duplicatable, right? So if someone have achieved something that you want to achieve, actually all you have to do is say, hey, can I have your blueprint, right? And that blueprint may come with a small price, right? But the price of having the blueprint that someone else already created is going to pay you the big price, the bigger picture that fits into your vision. But a lot of times people are afraid of the small price. And that's literally, especially our people, perish for lack of knowledge, right? Seriously. So anyways, if your goal has been to get a government, there's a whole lot of moving parts. Getting government contracts is not just something you just wake up and decide to do, right? There's like growth and development and all these other steps in between, which don't have to be hard, right? If you're a visionary, it doesn't have to be hard for you if you keep your eye on the outcome or the output or the result rather than the journey, right? Because the journey is either going to lead you in the direction of achieving the thing, or it's going to lead you away, depending on your belief system and depending on if you're willing to do the work or not, right? So definitely. So if you want to get a government contract and you have not taken my challenge, govconchallenge.com, take the challenge. We help you get pre-qualified. That's the first step. Like literally it is. It's the first step to getting yourself pre-qualified, because you got to know what's on the table, who's buying it, what do I need to do, who do I need to become, how do I position myself, what is you got to know all these things before you jump in, right? And so and you got to be like confident that you can do it. So I remember being a kid, that just, when I talked about jump in, it just sparked the memory of when I used to play double dutch, right? You can't, when you playing double dutch, like you're on the sideline like this, right? You're waiting for the perfect moment to jump in. You can't just jump in or you're going to get choked. You're going to get hung on that rope, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to government contracting. It's a strategy. Like, when that hand go up, it's time to jump in. So you got to get in at the right time, right? And so there's a process to actually succeeding in that. It's a process to actually succeeding in government contract, right? So if that's your goal, but you have yet to get yourself registered in SAM.gov, you have yet to get your certifications, you have yet to take these actions, you have yet to start looking at opportunities, and you have yet to actually start bidding on those opportunities, then you're missing the game. You're anti-dreaming, right? You're anti-succeeding. That means you have been against the very thing you have been doing, that counterproductive thing against the thing that you say you want to accomplish, if you have not yet to do that, right? So you need a blueprint. What else do I need to do? You don't want to guesswork it. Get a blueprint, right? It doesn't have to be like, it's like, who do I need to know? What do I need to know in order for me to accomplish? This should be a part of your action plan. Who do I need to know? What knowledge do I need to have? What steps do I need to take? Am I willing to take those steps blindly, or should I find someone who can actually walk me through the process? So that's either a coach, a trainer, a teacher, a class, or something, right? You got to do something, right? I'm not saying you got to work with me, right? I'm just saying, if this is what you want to achieve, it's attainable, it's very achievable, it's very possible. I know it works, right? But you have to be willing to ask yourself those questions and answer it honestly, right? Because of course, so when I say you, of course. But again, like I don't work with everybody. Like you got to have the right kind of mindset, right? You know, you have to be a person of faith. You got to know that things work when you work it, right? Taking action, you got to take action, like, and you got to also know that I can't carry. You can't come in believing that I'm gonna carry you. I cannot carry you and carry my 2-year-old son. I can't carry your grown behind. I can only lay out the plan for you and show you what actions to take. But guess what? Who got to take those actions is you, regardless of what's going on, what thought pattern you have right there, right? So you got to be willing to take the action. So if you take the action, you will get results. That's what I know, right? Just like for me right now, I have a personal trainer, and I know the result that I want to have is to have optimal health, right? And today is supposed to be my juice day, and this is going to be the first day that I actually succeed on juices all day, right? So if I take action, the action that he's laid out, he's a coach, he's laid out the actions, then I will succeed in actually having optimal health. Sometimes I struggle, right? So sometimes I'm like, by the time it's like 3 o'clock and I'm drinking juice and I see some pizza, then I fail, right? But guess what? The blueprint has already been laid out for me. So am I the person that's going to become the person that actually wants optimal health? And if so, I got to stick to the plan, right? So same thing, right? Got to stick to the plan. Got to stick to the plan. Are you the person that's actually going to do the things that I lay out for you? Get yourself pre-qualified during the government contracting process. Like I'm telling y'all, if you have not, and I'm not selling a challenge, right? You're either gonna be in or not. Is it, right? You have the option to be a part of the 5-day challenge, to allow myself and my team to help you get pre-qualified or not. It's a decision. You're a grown person, right? You're an adult. Make your own decisions, or figure out, or you can figure it out, right? Elsewhere, however you're going to figure it out. But why figure it out when I know that these contracts can change your life? Like, I'm just like, why do people play around with this? Like, I don't understand. Literally, I don't understand why people play around with government contracting when maybe you don't know that it can change your life. Maybe, I don't know, right? Why do people play around with the whole concept of something that's so life-changing? I'm talking about, there's a lady actually, I'm actually going to be interviewing her on my YouTube channel, and she landed her first contract was $1.6 million. Y'all want to know what that was for? 1.6 million. Like, if you were a small business entrepreneur that's barely making not even $100,000 a year, but yet you're working 50, 60 hours. Because I know as a small business, like, there is no turn on, turn off clock. There is nothing to clock in and clock out. You're working around the clock, right? So if you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and you're barely making even the bottom spectrum of 6 figures of 100,000, what would $1.6 million do for you, right? And what role does that, getting that type of access to capital, like real money that you can cash out, what role does that play in your overall vision? So if you want to actually create wealth, there you go. There's your first $1.6 million in cash flow that you can make a part of your wealth creation, right? Taking action, right? So anyways, y'all want to know what she say? That's me. Y'all want to know what she does? Yeah, get ready. I mean, you might want to sit down for this, because many of y'all might, you might fall out when you hear how the government is spending money, right? And you want to be a part of this type of foolery spending. And it's not really foolery spending, but I say you want to be a part of it, because when you think about the types of things that people lay in contracts, you'd be like, oh my God, for that, right? So $1.6 million teaching leadership and development, right? And so I say that, and I say that because, like, what is leadership and development? It's teaching people how to wake up before their alarm clock goes off, like that. I mean, just out the air, right? I'm just saying, out the air. Leadership and development is basically getting up, being on time, dressing the part, checking out on time, tending to your mental health. Like, Leadership and development, developing you into be the better version of yourself. That can look like anything, right? It can look like, here's how you develop yourself to be a better administrator, right? How to actually put together PowerPoints. Like, it's just simple things. Like, you can make it up. Like, literally, that's leadership and development, 1.6 million, right? To teach people how to be better versions of themselves. That's easy. Anybody can do that, right? I say, if you have children, if you have raised children, you've already taught them leadership and you've taught them development. You taught them to get up in the morning, clean up their room, do the dishes, be responsible. You've taught, that's leadership and development, right? You develop them into a growing adult, a person that's growing and developing into adulthood of how to actually be, right? How to actually be and live in this society, right? So that's leadership and development. So I'm trying to think of another just ridiculous. So a barber cutting hair, $895,000 for the year. Yes, I said it, cutting hair, right? And so this is just one, right? So remember, if you've been following me for a while, you know that you can actually land multiple contracts simultaneously. There is no limitation. So if the government is already the source that prints money, they have unlimited sources, right, of being able to print money, and they burn money, by the way. That's a whole nother lesson on a whole nother day. They print money and they burn money. So anyways, let me take this down. Where is it? I forgot I still had this John Maxwell thing up. I don't even know where it's at. So they print money and they burn money, right? And hide current comment. Okay, there it goes. So they print money and they burn money. So if they already have all of this money, they can just print it on demand. And they already say, we have this money for small businesses, especially if you're a woman-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, like especially for those of you who need it the most. It's just like, why not create a vision for yourself, right, of how you're going to use the government's money to create a legacy, create generational wealth, and acquire income producing assets for yourself to where at some point you'll be able to retire. That's casting a vision, right? Use it, borrow my vision. I don't know, right? At some point you'll be able to retire, but it's the government that's funding that for you. Why not, with all the land, all the development that's happening across the world, right? Across the nation, all the development, why not let the government fund some some acres of land for you that you hold on to, right? And put it in a trust or whatever. And at some point, developers are going to come offer you money, right, to buy it or whatever. You can hold it, keep it, develop on it yourself, or sell, right? So these are income producing assets that you get to do if you're not in position to do that because you just make enough money to pay the bills. Then you got to get into this government contracting game. And these are the things. So today is just like, are you tired of dreaming about it? Do you want to succeed in this? And if so, you really got to think about what is the vision, the bigger vision. You have to have a bigger vision than just getting a contract to pay some bills or getting a contract to, to make a little bit of money here and there, to buy something. Like, you got to have a whole big vision for yourself and your life and for your family. And then you have to have a goal, specific goals, right? And those goals, once you accomplish it, you got to keep bringing up on your goals so you can continuously be progressing forward in life instead of being stagnated, being in the same place, right? If you're in the same place you are financially or just in any kind of way, right, today that you were in 2, 5, 10 years ago, then something's wrong, right? That means we got to do some things different in order to have different results. And you can do that, right? How do you do that? With a clear action plan. Everything that you do, every action that you take, every decision that you make should always lead back to your goal, right? Like, for instance, if your goal is to have $1 million in your bank account within a year, that's achievable, or a year and a half, like in your bank account as your savings, that's your bottom, that's your emergency fund, right? What are you doing every day? And do an action audit, because if you are doing things other than what's going to lead you to actually achieving that goal, then you're doing the anti-goal thing. Like you're counterproductive away from your goal, right? You're moving further and further away from your goal instead of taking focused action. You got to be intentional, right? You got to do actions on purpose. You got to live life on purpose. You got to have a business on purpose. Like, what is the purpose of your business? Like, what is the purpose of getting up every day to do something that's counterproductive to your goal, right? That's how you and your goal like go into two separate directions, and you continue to dream, right? But here's how you flip your dream and make it a reality. Take action every single day. Everything that you do, every decision that you make, every step that you take, every new relationship that you build should always be leading to you achieving your goal. And if not, it's a distraction. Everything that's not allowing you to accomplish your goal or lead you closer to your goal is simply a distraction. And so the challenge, the 5-day challenge that we have, for those who've been asking, the link is up there. Let me just see if I can put drop a banner on here for y'all. GovConChallenge.com. I'm gonna drop it up here. There it is. So GovConChallenge.com is where you go to get yourself registered, and it's going to be the week after Thanksgiving. This is the next one that's coming up. It starts November something. It's coming up. So it's coming up very soon. So you definitely want to, secure your spot, because taking action on this. So if you say, like, with your words and with your mouth, that you want to actually secure contracts, whether it's in mental health, trucking, real estate, whatever it is that you want to, because it plays a role in your overall vision. One of the first action steps is actually to take the challenge to get yourself pre-qualified. So getting pre-qualified is step 1, then getting qualified is step 2, then doing the work is step 3, right? Pre-qualify, qualify, do the work, and then you'll get results. It's 4 steps to these things. Like, this is I'm laying out the blueprint for y'all. But this is just the first step. And even within that first steps, there are multiple steps, and I walk you through what those multiple things are. You got to know what you're selling. You got to know who's buying it. You got to know how to price it. You got to know how to actually position yourself to at least get $1 million a year in this particular space. You can cast the vision. As long as you take the action on how you cast the vision and apply the knowledge that you're going to learn, you can actually get the result. But it's up to you. So GovConChallenge.com is where you would go to get yourself pre-qualified. But again, that is the first step. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to say that it's easy. It's a lot of work, but you got to be willing to be the person that does the thing, right? So doing the thing, taking action is so very key. But otherwise, what are we doing? We're just doing, right? We're just doing, not accomplishing our dreams. We're just dreaming all the time. So don't be a dreamer, be a doer. When you become a doer, then you can actually live out your dreams in real life and in reality. So, and then you can create bigger dreams, right? So I've already accomplished like my dreams, that I wanted to accomplish, maybe 5 years ago. I've already accomplished them over and over, like multiple times. And now I have this bigger vision, which is why I created, for those of you who probably don't know yet, because I'm not launching until January, I created my own Christian business college. It's called Dream Achiever University. So if you go to dreamachieveruniversity.com, you'll be able to see some of the programs that we're going to be offering. But again, we're launching in January. So my goal was to actually help people not only learn the principles for success, but have a business training to that, so they can achieve like a college degree in business and in Christian ethics, simultaneously. That's not going to take them 4 years to achieve their degree, like in a year for like much less than what it will cost to go to a traditional college. But the crazy thing about it is, while you're learning business, you'll actually be doing business and actually be getting results in your business, like making money in your business before you even become awarded with your degree or whatever. So anyways, don't just be a dreamer, be a dream achiever. That's it from Dr. K, y'all. Until next time, those are the 3 steps that you definitely want to do. Have a clear vision, cast a vision, create a vision board for yourself, have clear goals. That's going to help you know what direction to go in. When you have a clear goal, then you know what action steps that you need to take to actually help you achieve those goals. And then make sure that that every day, the efforts, the action steps, everything, the directions, the decisions that you make, the new friends and people that you connect with is going to help you actually become more effectively 100% effective on your efforts, and also help you achieve those goals, right? So otherwise, it's just like we're just living. Otherwise, we're just wasting time spinning our wheels and talking about a dream. Don't be a talker, right? Be an achiever. So, anyways, we'll see you all next time, you guys, and happy holidays to all of you as well. The holidays or whatever. Maybe you're going to be watching this video later or whatever, but happy holidays for those of you who are watching in real time. And I hope this was valuable for you. For many of you that are going to, who are looking to actually, land contracts, of course, getting pre-qualified is the first step. Go to govconchallenge.com, take the first step. We'll walk you through, you will be blown away with the information in just that step alone, like getting yourself pre-qualified so you can know who to sell to, who to reach out to, like all this stuff. So if you're like, I've already got Sam certified and I've already, started looking at opportunities, and you're not landing contracts, you're missing some stuff, right? So don't play with the game. Get in the game and actually get some results from the game, because the money is there. And if it's your true will to actually create wealth, the government got the money for you to be able to do that. And they're willing to do the exchange. They're willing to exchange their wealth for your services. Trust me, they're willing to exchange their wealth for your, for your products. If you have a product-based business, like they're looking every day. If you've already been on the procurement sites, you've already looked at, you've already seen the opportunities that are there. So the only thing that's holding you back is because you don't understand the steps. And so get yourself some education and apply it, take the action, and then get some results. All right. So that's it. We'll see you all next time. Have a great and happy Friday. Happy weekend.